very regularly and take students there. I have a school for Thai massage in Chicago, and we study various Thai healing arts. So, what this practice is, it's very basic, simple practice in a certain way that is taught and has been transmitted through the lineage of, like, you could say, Thai hermit monks. People that like live out in the countryside, oftentimes in caves, things like that. At least that's historically where they've practiced and lived. And they're like medicine people. They connect to nature and they learn from nature, and they offer healing practices that they've kind of like picked up through their studies in the natural world. So this is what we're going to do today is a very simple like face massage. So it's like within this particular self-care practice, there are many different things. One is self-massage. One is like joint shaking, joint loosening, which we're going to do today as well. Very simple practices. We're going to do there's also meditation practices, there's breathwork practices, there's like yoga-like practices. It's a big system. And I'm just going to give you a little taste of it with a few of the different things, okay? And the first one is a face massage practice that I do every morning right when I wake up. I like sit up in bed and I do this little face massage practice, and it really helps to wake me up. And I'm going to share it with you right now. Okay, so we're going to start by just rubbing our hands together, and it depends, of course, how much movement and access you have to the fingers and hands, of course. But even if the hands are contracted in a certain way, you're still going to be able to do the face massage. So we'll just do what we can here, and thank you for having your cameras on. It really makes it better for me so I can see and correct as I need to. So thank you for that. All right, so just rubbing the hands together and warming them up. This is the first step. Just getting a little bit of heat and blood flowing in the hands. So this is just a lovely practice. It's quite simple, but we can also do this. Okay? All right. Now, once the hands are on the warmer side, and obviously you guys in the north need it to be on the warmer side. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to place your fingertips on your eyebrows and then press down with the fingertips up the forehead, through the hair, and down kind of along the jawline like this. Okay, so we're going to do each one of these motions 7 times. All right, so we're going to go here again. So this is 2, 3, 4, yes, 5, and we really want to push with the fingers and get that fluid underneath the skin moving. And I think this one's 7. Call it 7. Excellent. So that's the first one. Second one, we're going to take our middle finger and place it right next to our nostril here. There's like a little divot here. It's the sinus cavity. And sometimes, especially in the morning, fluid builds up there, and it's really nice to move it. So basically, you're going to press in with the middle finger, slide up the bridge of the nose to the forehead, then separate your elbows and pull your hands apart, and then go down the side of the face. That's it. Good. And so here we go again. So pressing into the sinuses, pushing that fluid up the bridge of the nose to the forehead, pull the fingers to the side of the face, and then down the side of the face. Excellent. Third time, here we go. We're getting to like a nice little rhythm here. So not only are we giving ourselves face massage, we're kind of getting our shoulders moving a little bit. fingers. Here's number 4. Getting the fluids moving in the face. Number 5. Number 6. And last one, number 7, pushing the fluid up, off to the side, and then down. Nice. Okay. Next one. Index finger runs along the side of the nose, like this, and then the other fingers follow. So it's kind of like we start like this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my fingers underneath the eyes to the, there's like, again, passing through that divot there where the sinuses are, and moving that fluid now, we're moving it off to the side and flicking at the ears a little bit, okay? So we're just kind of like, it's kind of like the sweeping motion underneath the eyes. And again, we get to move the shoulders. If your shoulders are able to kind of move in that way, the elbows lift up. Yeah, nice. Do a couple more, I lost count, but that's okay. There we go. Okay, nice. Our faces are getting a little redder. That's okay. That's good. All right, now, this one is a little bit, you got to pay attention to this one. It's a little challenging here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one hand on the side of the face. Now I'm going to sweep my hand across the face like this, where like the middle finger is right at the lips. The index finger is above the lips, and the ring finger is below it. Okay, so that's the sweep of the hand. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my head towards my hand so that I'm facing the opposite way that my hand is going. And then I'm going to switch hands, and I'm going to turn my head the other way. And I'm just going to go back and forth like that. Okay, so ready to try? Here we go. So hand on the side of the face. Now turn your head towards your hand as you sweep your hand across your face. Now keep your head turned in the direction that it's turned. Switch your hands. And then turn your head towards that hand, sweeping it across. Backing and forth. We're just going to go back and forth and just get into a nice little rhythm here. So this one, not only does it, again, just a face massage, but it also gets the neck turning, neck loosened up, side to side, back and forth like that. All right, couple more. Okay. All right, next one. Next one is the back of the hand. Hey, Bernadette, welcome. The back of the hand on the side of the face like this. And then we just basically sweep under it like a chin strap and then go to the other side like this. And then we just go back and forth like this, switch hands. Yes, that's it. Good, Janice. And good, April, you got it. Angela, you got it. Very good. Let's go back and forth like that. Notice we're kind of like moving from the upper part of the head to the lower part, upper part of the face to the lower part of the face. Just like that. Excellent. All right. Next one. This one's like kind of a little trigger point pressure point thing. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to place my thumbs right under my chin and press my thumbs into, let's see if I can see from the side here. So I'm going to press my thumbs into the bone, and I got my fingers here on the other side that resist. So I want to just give a little pressure on the inside of the bone towards moving in this direction. My thumb is. Does that make sense to you? Okay. It's just kind of like I'm putting my thumb and finger under my chin and pressing. And then I'm going to move my thumbs a little bit apart and then press again into the bone. Of course, we're not pressing. There's actually tendons that are there that we're actually pressing into also. Good. And then separate your thumbs a little bit more. Kind of you're on the flat part of the jaw now, and just pressing perpendicular into there. Right? And then go back to that second point. So the thumbs are a little closer together now. And then they're together here. So, or right next to each other. All right. Okay. Next one, you're going to separate your fingers either like this or like this. We're going to put our ear in between and just like really give a vigorous rub to our ears. I know. Well, you don't even have to separate your fingers. You can just do that. It's fine. You just really get it. Go after it. Woo! All right, last one. The sides of the fist here on the back of the neck, and we're just going to kind of give some nice gentle tapping on the back of the neck, up and down with the sides of our fists. Really waking up the back of the neck. Okay. All right, let's stop for a second. So that's the basic face massage, but I want you to kind of draw yourself inward a little bit, close your eyes, and just get a sense of the sensations in the face right now. And you can feel the heat, tingling, whatever sensations you feel, just kind of sink into it for just about 30 seconds. We'll sit here quietly. All right, and then slowly open the eyes. Do you see how nice that could be in the morning, like right when you wake up? It's really like, I swear to God, like I was a little skeptical of it at first because my teacher would be like, oh, you should try this in the morning. Da, da, da. And then I tried it, and then I kind of became addicted to it, and now it's how I wake up. So, and it doesn't, if you decide to do it, you don't have to do it perfectly. You know, you don't have to remember all the stuff, right? You could just remember a few things, do those, and make some stuff up. I mean, it really doesn't matter. But just throwing it out there. If it's something you want to grab onto, you're welcome to do it. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do is what we call joint loosening. And we're basically going to move through pretty much every joint in the body and just move it gently. And I want you to understand a couple things. First of all, in yoga practice, oftentimes the idea is to stretch the muscle. But that's not what we're doing here. We're actually working in the joints of the bones. And we're not necessarily going to the end of range of motion. We're not trying to stretch. We're just trying to get fluid, synovial fluid into the joints and just to get the joints moving. Okay? And so that's as simple as we can get. So just sit up nice and comfortably, however that is for you. And we're going to start at the top of the head, and we're just going to move down the body, okay? So we're going to start by moving the head, kind of like saying no, this no movement. And you can have the eyes open or closed, whatever's comfortable for you. And you might hear some cracking or whatever. You're probably going to move a little faster than you would if you're stretching, because if you're stretching, you're going really slow and deep. Here, it's kind of like skimming the surface in a way, and we're just bringing blood, synovial fluid, etc., into the joints themselves. That's our intention. And generally, I try to do like 21 times, especially in classes. We try to keep it even. So we'll just do around 21 times, and I'll just stop you, and then we'll go on to the next one. Even if you haven't done 21, it doesn't matter. It's okay. All right, we'll stop there. And now we'll go up and down in the yes motion. Again, it doesn't have to be a big movement. It doesn't have to be big all the way to the end. You don't have to go to the end of range of motion. Just nice and easy, up and down. Again, you might hear some cracking or that sort of thing, a little crunching. It's normal. Pretty much everyone feels it. Everyone hears it. All right. And by the way, if you get dizzy or if it feels uncomfortable at some point, please stop. Don't push yourself too hard here. All right, next one. Next one is ear towards the shoulder. So kind of like a metronome. Just back and forth. Like that. This is the one I get the most cracking on usually. Well, this one and then the next one we do. And sometimes I get like a big old chiropractic adjustment. It's not what I'm going for, but it just happens sometimes. All right, very good. All right, next one. Next one is little circles. So pretend you are drawing a circle with your nose on the wall in front of you. And so you're not making big circles, you're just making like little circles. Again, eyes open or closed, up to you. All right. And then other direction. I try to relax as much as I can in this. Try not to put too much control over it, just almost like a bobblehead sort of situation. All right, good. So those are the neck ones. Now we're going to move to the shoulders. All right, so we're going to basically just do these little shoulder circles like this. I'll show from the side. It's just like circles back and down, up, up, down, forward and back. So this is moving the shoulder blade, it's moving the collarbone, the humerus, all these different bones. And now go the other direction. So you go forward. Okay, next one is kind of like a kayak, you could say, where you're just going one side then the other. So I'm going to kind of go in the backwards motion first, um, where I'm going around and around like a kayak. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to get loosey and goosey. All right, and then go the other direction. Mm-hmm. Good. All right, next one. Next one. It might be a little challenging for some people to touch their shoulders, but if you can, even if you can't, you can have your hands outside, but if you can touch your shoulders, that's great. And basically what we're going to do is do circles with the shoulders like this, kind of like a chicken. A super funky chicken. Right, and other direction. Oh, hey, kitty. I got a cat too, but he's too lazy. He's just sleeping. All right, excellent. All right, so we're going to move down the arms now. Next joint of the arms, elbow. So this elbow one is almost like, it's kind of like a fling out. It's not like we're doing bicep curls like this. It's more like we're kind of like flinging our hands out a little bit. And you might find if that's uncomfortable, then do the bicep curl motion more, you know. But like if you can kind of do this, sometimes you even get a crack in the elbow sort of thing. Um, Not that that's what you're going for, but it's just kind of like really going after the joint and not the muscle so much, right? So if we fling out, we get more in the joint. If we're trying to do bicep curl type things, then we're getting more in the muscle. So we're working in the joints. All right? And then wrists. Back and forth like this. All right, and now we're going to shake the wrists to whatever's comfortable for you. If you can just give a good shake. Sometimes this practice is called joint shaking. And this would be a place where the joint really does shake. All right, and next is the fingers. So we're just gonna just get our fingers moving. Any amount that we can. So sometimes I'll like kind of like bring my thumb in and bring my thumb out. And then sometimes I just kind of like push the fingers out, you know, different things to get the joints moving any amount that I can. Sometimes when my hands get all tingly and numb and stuff like that, this is something I do to just kind of like get feeling back and wake them up. Okay. All right, so we've gotten basically through the arm. Not basically, we've gotten through the arm. And now we're gonna come back to the torso and move the torso. So the first thing is the chest. So it's basically what we're gonna do is move the chest to the side, back, side, forward, and just do these like little circles and try to keep the, I mean, you're sitting down, so you can keep the hips pretty stable. And we're just gonna, it's almost like you're doing a hula hoop. You know, you've got a hula hoop around your chest and you're just trying to keep the hula hoop up. Mm. Now, there's a standing practice of this as well. For those of you that are able to stand and do some movement, there's also a way of doing it standing as well. That one of these days, if for people that are interested, perhaps I'll give that one too. It's very similar in some ways. Our other direction. Okay. Ah. All right, next one. How you guys doing? You all right? Hanging in there? Feeling good? All right, good, good. This next one's like kind of a full body. Actually, wait, let me do this one first. We're gonna do the like more of a torso twist. Now I'm sitting on the ground, but you can definitely do this on a chair too, but up to you. If you can sit on the ground comfortably, then you can always be on the ground. If you want to be on a chair, you can be on a chair. And the idea is just these torso, like full torso twists, or I don't know if twist is the right word, rotation, you could say. So we're going to do torso rotation here. Don't forget to breathe. Take some nice breaths as you need. It always feels good. All right, and then let's go the other direction. Couple more. All right. Good job. All right, last one. So we've dealt with the upper spine doing this. We've dealt with the lower spine doing the torso. Now we're going to do the whole spine, including the head. So basically, what this is I'm going to do a twist with the arms like this, and I'm going to turn my head, look as far as I can on one side. Then I'm going to switch to the other side, and I'm going to go back and forth in this nice kind of little momentum, which kind of helps to create a little more of a twist. And we just go back and forth, getting the whole spine from top to bottom. All right, a couple more. All right. Next one is the hips. So if you're in a chair, okay, let me show you sitting down first because that's where I'm at, and I'll show that. So I'm going to have my legs out, and I'm going to do like circles with my hip like this. All right, if you're on a chair, hold on, let me get my chair. If you're on a chair, then you can just do this. So it doesn't really matter. Either way is fine. Okay? So here we go. I might as well do it on the chair as long as I'm here. So here we go. One. And this can get a little tiring with the hip flexor sometimes and a little crampy and sore. So don't overdo it. Just, take it easy. And then we'll go the other direction once you get a little tired with one direction. All right. Whew. And the other leg. All right, and the other direction. Okay. Now, if you're on the floor, you can stay there. You're welcome to. And whether you're on the chair or on the floor, the same thing basically is going to happen. So you put your hand underneath your thigh, and we're going to just kick our knee like this, and just get some movement in our knee joint. Get some synovial fluid in the knee joint. Get some blood in the knee joint. All right, very good. We can do a lot more of those than the hip ones. The next one is actually, let's do the other leg. My mom got knee replacement surgery, and I had her doing these a lot. It really helped her. All right. Next one, next joint down, ankle. We're almost getting down to the bottom here. All right, so the ankle is, if you're on the ground, you can just have your heels on the ground and just actually have both of your heels and just do this. If you're on a chair, you can basically do the same thing. Oops. Where you got your heels on the ground and you're just moving your heel. We're moving your ankle joint here like this. So, but if you're on the ground, you can straighten your legs if you want and do that, or have them bent. It's up to you. Any amount. And again, if you've like limited foot mobility or that sort of thing, just do what you can. That's all. And even if it's just in your mind, even if it's just you're just thinking it and it's not actually moving, that's okay too. And last but not least, again, toes. So this could be, again, a challenge for some people. And that's okay. Kind of shy away from a good challenge. This is where I have a lot of my kind of numbness and like lack of, but I'm still very lucky to be able to still move my toes, even though they're all crunched up, kind of. Okay. All right, so we got through the body. Give yourself a pat on the back. Yeah, very good, very good. That's a little self-massage technique. So we're gonna now do just a little relaxation meditation sort of thing. So I'm just gonna walk you through a body scan. So we'll do that, and then that'll That'll wrap us up here. So, all right. So get nice and comfortable. Sit up nice and tall wherever you're at, on the floor, on the chair, um, and you can close your eyes if you want. Up to you. If you want to keep them open, that's okay too. But if you feel comfortable closing your eyes, you can close your eyes. Um, and once you've got your eyes closed and you feel like you're sitting up nice and tall, take a few nice deep breaths. Let the exhales be a little bit slower. And as the exhales get a little slower on these breaths, the relaxation starts to penetrate a little deeper into your body. Create some space between the end of the exhale and the beginning of the inhale. So don't be in such a hurry to take another deep breath. So let the exhale just kind of wind down, and then be okay sitting in that space without breath for a few beats. In that space between the end of the exhale and the beginning of the next inhale, that can be a really lovely space to explore, to let your body relax a little bit more, to notice where you're holding tension and letting go. So take some time to play in that space at the end of each exhale. Don't hold it too long. Don't hold too long in that space where you're not breathing till it feels uncomfortable. You want to start breathing before it feels uncomfortable. But there's some time that you can hang out there and just let go of tension. Let the inhale be leisurely and not tense or hurried in any way. And now just sink into normal breath, natural breath, whatever your breath does if you weren't thinking about it, if that's possible at this point. We'll bring our attention somewhere else. We're going to bring our attention into the head, into the face, and relax the eyes. Relaxing the mouth, the nose, the ears, the jaw. Releasing tension in the throat. And because the nose and the throat is so relaxed, each breath seems to have a little bit more volume. There's a little bit more space for it to move through. Letting the shoulders relax and hang from the spine, moving down away from the ears, but not pushing down, just relaxing and letting go, and naturally they just fall towards the ground. Arms and hands relaxed, soft. Bring your awareness to the palms of your hands and notice any tingling or sensations in the palms of the hands, just as an object of awareness. Soften the palms of the hands so that you're just receiving that sensation and not trying to control it. Bring your awareness back up to your torso, the chest. Imagine that there's just a lot of space for your lungs, your heart, organs of the chest. And now down to the belly relaxing and receiving the breath, the rising and the falling. The rising of the breath with each inhale, the falling of the belly with each exhale. Bring your awareness down to your pelvis, muscles of the pelvis, the hips, and the buttocks, the glutes, letting go, letting go, letting go. Feeling yourself solidly sitting, connecting to the floor, to the chair, wherever you're at. The legs, the feet, soft, soft, soft. Bring your awareness to your entire body, sitting, the shape of the body, where you're touching, where your feet are touching, where your buttocks are touching, where your hands are touching. And then take some deeper breaths now. Little deeper inhale, nice long languid exhale. Observing the space between the exhale and the inhale. Keeping a little bit more flow of inhale and exhale, one after another. And then slowly open the eyes, keeping the eyes nice and soft and relaxed. Letting the light come to you. Don't reach towards the light or to the objects that are in front of you. Just let it all come to you without reaching. Okay. How you feeling? Good? All right. Do you have any questions, comments that anybody wants to